The quiet neighborhood of Southwind Drive was abruptly thrust into turmoil when a 9-year-old girl named Jeannette Tamayo vanished from her home. The streets, once filled with children riding bicycles and playing, now echoed with fear and uncertainty. As the police combed through the house for evidence, neighbors gathered, their expressions a mix of concern and disbelief. But the memory of her disappearance lingered, etching fear into the hearts of parents and children alike. For in the quiet neighborhood of Southwind Drive, innocence had been shattered, leaving behind a haunting question. How could a child simply vanish? Welcome back to Crime Scene Archives. In today's video, we're diving into a gripping tale of survival and resilience as we explore the remarkable case of Jeannette Tamayo. Join us as we unravel the harrowing events that unfolded on that fateful day in 2003. Grab your detective hats and join us as we journey into the heart of this incredible story. But before we begin, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. Now, let's begin. Warning: this video contains graphic content related to crime scenes. It is intended for educational purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. On June 6, 2003, as Jeannette returned home from school in San Jose, California, she was followed into her house by a man. Upon the arrival of her mother and brother shortly afterward, the intruder subjected them to severe beatings before handcuffing Jeannette and concealing her in a box in the back seat of his car. On Friday afternoon, San Jose police mobilized across the city to locate a 9-year-old girl who had been abducted from her home by a man. This assailant had brutally beaten her mother and brother. The incident unfolded after a frantic 911 call was made by a neighbor at 4:37 p.m. in the quiet Southwind Drive neighborhood. The missing girl, Jeannette Tamayo, is a 4th grader at Blossom Valley School. Unfortunately, investigators faced a challenge due to the limited information available. Jeannette's mother, whose identity remains undisclosed, was disoriented and injured from the attack, rendering her unable to provide significant details about the incident. Police Sergeant Steve Dixon emphasized their primary focus: finding the missing girl. Despite the obstacles, a neighbor came forward with potentially crucial evidence: a videotape from her security camera showing the suspect's tan or silver 4-door sedan speeding away. San Jose police issued a citywide Amber Alert. Although the California Highway Patrol couldn't issue a statewide alert due to the vague vehicle description and lack of a license plate number. However, they remained vigilant, ready to escalate the alert if additional identifying information surfaced. The urgency lies in locating Jeannette and ensuring her safety. According to Sergeant Dixon, their primary focus then was locating the missing little girl. The San Jose police are committed to doing everything in their power to find her. Here's what transpired. The girl's mother returned home to the 5900 block of Southwind Drive around 4:30 p.m. and discovered an unfamiliar man inside the house with her son and daughter. She confronted him, but he responded with repeated blows to her face and upper body. The assailant then shifted his attention to her son, who was 12 or 13 years old, and bravely fought to protect his sister. After assaulting the mother and son, the intruder seized Jeannette and carried her to the garage, where his car was parked. He swiftly opened the garage door and sped away, narrowly avoiding collision with the mother's burgundy Ford Expedition parked in the driveway. The injured woman managed to stagger to a neighbor's house, where the neighbor promptly called 911. On Friday night, both the woman and her son received medical treatment at a local hospital. However, authorities have not disclosed specific details about their injuries or overall condition. A neighbor recounted hearing the mother, her face battered and bloodied, tearfully pleading with the police, "My daughter. I want my daughter." The gravity of a child being taken is deeply unsettling, as expressed by the neighbor, Karen Camfolt. To think of your child being abducted, it's very scary. Jeannette, the missing girl, was last seen wearing black pants and a green shirt. She has long black hair with blonde highlights in the front and stands approximately at 4 feet 11 inches tall. The kidnapper, described by the police, is a Latino man in his early 20s. He wore a beanie cap and a light-colored t-shirt, was clean-shaven, and possibly had a light mustache. Notably, he bore a big scratch on his face, a result of the girl's mother clawing at him during the attack. The suspect may have been driving a Mazda sedan. As investigators combed the house for evidence, the children's stepfather returned home. Neighbors, who had observed the family move into the house a few months prior, noted nothing unusual, except that they didn't seem to speak much English. Word of this audacious abduction spread rapidly through the neighborhood, a serene community of well-maintained homes with tiled roofs and neatly manicured lawns. Alongside shiny new SUVs and family sedans, hulking recreational vehicles occupied some driveways, and American flags fluttered from numerous porches. Remarkably, this neighborhood had remained relatively crime-free, with the last notable incident being a series of car burglaries several months ago. The neighborhood buzzes with young children, some of whom pedaled their bicycles along the sidewalk as twilight descended. Meanwhile, the police meticulously searched Jeannette's house for evidence. 11-year-old Trevor Salustro recounted walking home with Jeannette around 4 p.m. after getting off the school bus. He described her as a latchkey kid who frequently played with friends from the same block. Despite being questioned by the police, the incident left him deeply shaken. "It's frightening," he admitted. His mother, Tina Salustro, added, "Now he understands why we always tell him not to go anywhere without us." As darkness settled, concerned residents, many with young children in tow, gathered just beyond the police tape surrounding Jeannette's house. Lori Munoz brought her children, Tiana, 4, and Isaiah, 3, to witness the presence of law enforcement and the media. She paused, taking in the scene, and remarked, "The world is quite chaotic these days." Jeannette found herself confined in a house, her wrists bound by handcuffs, trapped in a second-story bedroom. The man who held her captive threatened her life and subjected her to sexual abuse over a harrowing 2-day period. Despite her fear, Jeannette demonstrated remarkable composure and resourcefulness. Realizing that physical force wouldn't secure her escape, she devised a cunning plan. Her strategy? To gain the man's trust. "I had to get his trust," she confided. In those dire circumstances, Jeannette's cool-headedness and determination became her greatest assets. She navigated a treacherous situation with intelligence and resilience, ultimately outsmarting her captor. In the daunting landscape of abduction cases, where perpetrators often strip their victims of their humanity, Jeannette's journey stood as a testament to resilience and ingenuity. Santa Clara County Deputy District Attorney Matt Breaker, who was instrumental in prosecuting the case, shed light on a critical aspect of Jeannette's survival. Killers often dehumanize their victim. he remarked, emphasizing the significance of Jeannette's ability to engage with her abductor. Throughout the ordeal, Jeannette's actions defied the typical response of paralysis induced by fear. Instead of succumbing to silence, she maintained a level of interaction that, as Breaker described, transformed her from a mere target to a real person in her captor's eyes. For Jeannette, conversing with her abductor was far from easy. She candidly admitted her initial urge to retaliate physically. "Honestly, I just wanted to punch him and fight back," she confessed. Yet, despite these intense emotions, Jeannette chose a different path. She deliberately treated her captor as she would any other individual, gradually earning his trust through her unwavering demeanor. As Jeannette recounted the pivotal moments of her experience, she revealed the effectiveness of her approach. "He began to trust me," she recalled, underscoring the pivotal role her calculated interactions played in her eventual liberation. Gradually, the dynamics between Jeannette and her captor shifted. He relinquished the restraints, allowing her to roam freely within the confines of the house. Despite the precariousness of her situation, Jeannette seized every opportunity to cultivate a sense of trust with him. She shared her dreams for the future and spoke tenderly of her affection for her family. In a moment of permitted respite, when she was allowed to watch television, Jeannette's mind sparked with an idea. Drawing from a fragment of information she'd heard, she decided to fabricate a narrative about her health. "I heard they were testing bunnies and other people for asthma. I decided to say I had asthma and a disease," she recounted. Crafting her tale with precision, Jeannette conveyed to her captor the gravity of her condition, emphasizing that her survival hinged upon access to vital medication. Authorities remain uncertain whether it was Jeannette's concocted asthma story that resonated with the abductor. Nevertheless, shortly after divulging this fabricated ailment, he unexpectedly released her, dropping her off at a street corner and setting her free. After being rescued by the police and receiving necessary medical attention, Jeannette was joyously reunited with her family. Yet, her mission was far from complete. With a steely resolve, Jeannette meticulously recalled every twist and turn of her abductor's journey, even after he had confined her in his car. Guided by her precise recollections, she guided the authorities back to the perpetrator's lair. The scene they encountered was chilling. Evidence of assault and captivity underscored the gravity of Jeannette's ordeal. Deputy District Attorney Matt Breaker marveled at Jeannette's resilience, remarking, "She'd been raped, tied up, to survive that and to recall where the turns were, how far they were, it's just an amazing act." Upon their arrival, the police caught David Montiel Cruz, then 26, in the midst of preparations to flee. Jeannette's unwavering courage extended beyond her harrowing experience. Her testimony in court played a pivotal role in securing Cruz's conviction. Subsequently, a judge handed down a sentence of more than 100 years in prison for Cruz, ensuring that he would face the consequences of his heinous actions. Jeannette's bravery and unwavering determination not only secured justice for herself, but also served as a beacon of hope for countless others affected by similar tragedies. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Jeannette Tamayo's incredible story of survival. If you found this video compelling, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more riveting content from Crime Scene Archives. In our previous video, we delved into the shocking case of Ruby Frankie, a renowned YouTube influencer whose fall from grace led to a sentence behind bars. Her story serves as a stark reminder of the complexities and consequences of fame. Don't forget to check it out to know what happened in detail. Until next time, stay safe, stay vigilant.